What's up, everybody? Today we're going to do a podcast for those of you that missed our live stream yesterday. Yesterday we basically talked about all the new news that came out with EA releasing their statement about the future of Battlefront. And our opinions differ from most of the community from what we've seen. And we're going to go into some detail about why we feel the way that we feel and what we think about the future of Battlefront 2. So Cookie, read us off what EA said.
Should I read it verbatim or do a little summary?
Just do a little summary.
Okay. Well, a summary basically...
They were multiple paragraphs.
Yeah. A summary basically says that they they started by saying it's been an eventful few months for Star Wars fans, like with The Last Jedi coming out, and then The Last Jedi DLC. They went through some of the specifics of the Last Jedi DLC stats and stuff, and they talked about the season in general. And then they said, to quote Luke Skywalker, the war is just beginning, because they're working on a revamped progression system. They said, which we already knew, but they said that will be addressed in the next few months, and they'll be sharing more details about these changes in March. We'll talk about that. A game mode called Jetpack Cargo is coming in February, so basically just cargo from the first game, but with jetpacks. And it'll only be available for a limited time. And then they said a new season is coming soon. And that's about as far as the details went on that. They basically said we'll have more to tell you soon. And our goal...
I'm going to tell you what that really means. This is what it really means. It means there's no DLC anytime soon. It means that the progression system is still garbage, and it's going to remain garbage until at least March. We're not going to get news until March, so we might not even see it till the end of March or April with the revamped progression system. This new game mode in February is supposed to hold us off. They're hoping it's new enough content to hold us off until DLC. So they're just trying to prolong the life of this game by just making us wait longer and longer, and this is not how you do it. Like, this progression system is trash. And I mean, what, they're going to make us wait a half a year to get a new progression system? Like, well, most people they're going to have most of the stuff upgraded by that point. I'm going to have close to the stuff upgraded
away at the end of November. It's at least by March that we're even going to hear news about it. I'm hoping, even in my most positive feelings, is that in March it's done. That's as positive as we can be. That's like 4 months from the microtransaction being taken down. So in 4 months, it took them that long to fix the progression system. That's being positive. It's probably going to take at least till April. It could take longer. We have no idea. All we know is that we'll get news about it in March. Which,
they haven't told us how they're going to change it. We don't know if they're going to completely get rid of star cards. We don't know if they're going to make it easier to get get star cards. My point is, everybody that's currently hardcore fans of this game, everything that we are doing now, grinding wise, is it just going to be for nothing? Like, if I grind now for my purples, which takes me like 2 days of non-stop playing to get 3 purples for one character, in a month or two, is it going to take like 200 credits to get a purple? Like, how are they going to do this? Like, if I knew how they're going to change it, I could start saving my credits now, so I don't waste all my time.
Yeah, here's the thing. This brings us back to this whole thing with EA and communication, EA/DICE. Since we get so little communication from them, when we get anything, which this is our anything at this point, it's underwhelming for one thing, and also we begin to speculate immediately because they're willing to do anything, as we've seen, as far as what EA will do to screw this game over. So it would not be completely out of the question for them to rip apart the progression system to the point that everything people have done to this point is worthless. And they also can't say that, and I understand why they couldn't say that. You don't want to say, hey, by the way, everything you're doing is worthless, so stop playing our game until it's fixed.
Why are they doing this in the first place? What is the point of revamping this entire system months after the game's released? That doesn't appeal to anybody. let's use Assassin's Creed for example. Like, say I don't buy Assassin's Creed because I hear it has all these problems. And then they, like 5 months later, they're like, well, by the way, we have fixed Assassin's Creed level up system 5 months later. I'm going to be like, well, they already screwed up. The game's obviously, there's something wrong with it. I'm still not going to buy the game. They already messed up.
That happened last year. For us, like, let's look at a game, For Honor, for instance. The servers were horrendous in For Honor. So we eventually got tired of it and got rid of the game. I believe they said like 5 or 6 months. It wasn't just that. Their pay-to-win system was garbage. And actually worse than Battlefront, if you can believe it. And so we got rid of the game. 5 or 6 months later, they at least fixed the pay-to-win. I thought they might have fixed the servers too. And we heard of that.
No, they fixed the servers back before we got rid of the game. We just didn't care because they already lost our trust.
We got tired of it that fast.
So,
but I know the pay-to-win thing got fixed later, but it's too late. We're not going to rebuy the game.
It's not like... Oh, yeah. Well, they're not going to bring in new people. I mean, they might bring in a few, but it's not going to be... The numbers aren't going to be significant. People aren't going to be like, oh, I heard that There's people that still think there's microtransactions in this game. We get comments every day on our channel saying, how much did you pay to get that upgraded Boba Fett? Because they still think there's microtransactions. Them changing this progression system isn't going to do squat, because there's still people that are going to think that this game's broken. It currently is broken with its progression system. I don't get why they don't just leave it the way it is and make things cheaper. Like, just make purples cheaper. Problem solved. Bam. Ta-da! So why are they revamping this whole thing when they could just change the price of the stuff? The loot crate boxing system isn't the problem because you don't have to spend money. It's the cost and the grind that is currently in the game that is the problem. Just tweak it.
It's not like people hate star cards. That's not the issue. It's not like people are like, ugh, I don't want star cards. They're fun to earn. It gives you something to earn. That was a good idea. They had that part right. Their problem is they're insanely difficult to get. I mean, we have somebody like you who basically does this like a full-time, complete, out of it, even more than a full-time job. You're working overtime hours playing this game, and there are tons of stuff you don't have unlocked. Games aren't supposed to be like that because no normal human is ever going to get this stuff all the time. They might get a purple or two if they're lucky. It is so insanely grindy over the top. It's nuts. And we don't have to talk about that. You already have a video on that. But that it's not that difficult of a fix. You don't have to change everything about the progression system. And you're right. It's just not worth the effort because at best you're going to make the game better by April. And basically means that these 2 months are just dead months. Again, there might be something else going on here. But once again, they're not telling us. So when you don't tell people anything, you leave so much room for speculation that we just assume you're screwing us again. Because that's what EA has already done in the past, is when they're quiet like this, it means we're probably getting screwed. So you have, if this isn't what you're doing, you got to tell people what's going on, or they're going to assume that the worst. Well, for good reason.
Tons of people message us, and they're like, hey, I don't have any purples. I played this since the game came out, because I just play this casually, or I play this with my family, or I play this after school. And they just, normal person. And they don't have any purples yet, and it's been, other than the ones they got for free from like the Last Jedi chest or whatever. So there's an obvious problem there. But let's talk about this new game mode. Well, first of all these other channels, like these new channels and stuff, like Battlefront Updates, for example. I really like Battlefront Updates. He does a good job with the news. He doesn't lie, and he's truthful. But he's like over-optimistic. He's just one of the people. But a lot of these other Battlefront channels are really optimistic about this news, and it's... No. Like, you have to take it with a grain of salt. Everything that comes out of their mouths. They're like, oh, we're working hard. You said that 5 months ago before the game came out. Look where we are now. Like, this game mode is going to be... It's not going to do anything. Because they're going to release this game mode, and it would make sense if they did, like, play this game mode and you get double credits or something. But they're not going to do that. If they made it double credits for that game mode, people would be more likely to play it.
Yeah, where is the
what's
double
going to
credit
happen?
Stuff? but that's not
Yeah,
related.
that-
Keep going. That's a whole nother...
Yeah, that's another problem.
Ugh.
Why they haven't done anything
This
like
game
that
is
yet?
born to have double credit
Heaven forbid people level up a little bit faster.
Why would they
That would
want
make the
that?
game fun.
Oh, man.
But that's
Keep
not what they're
going.
going to do. They're going to release this game mode to hold us off until DLC comes out. I've had tons of EA experience from video games in my day. So I know this is what's going to happen. They're going to release this game mode. There's not going to be any double credits. If there was, more people would be likely to play it. But people are going to play this game mode. They're going to be like, oh, this is okay. Play it 3 or 4 times, and then that'll be it. Like, there will be some people that play it over and over, because, I mean, there's always the select few that like that. But just look at the Starfighter Assault, for example. The numbers, when they gave out the stats for The Last Jedi, the numbers of Galactic Assault players versus the numbers of Starfighter Assault players, it was millions and millions different. Like,
Well,
the
I
people,
understand it's
number of
one-
people that spawned on crate, it's like 1/5 difference or something.
Yeah, that's the problem. I understand the millions of players different. That's not that big a deal. The 1-to-5 ratio is horrible. It shouldn't be that drastic. I always knew Galactic Assault was going to be more than Starfighter Assault, but I thought it might be like, if Starfighter Assault could get half, it's not that bad, or even more than half, a little bit more was what I was expecting. 1/5 is awful. That means it's
1 to 5
basically
ratio.
a dead game mode compared to everything else.
So nobody plays that mode. So I can't even imagine Blast or Strike, because you can't have heroes at all in those game modes. I'm not saying that they're bad game modes, but that's just statistics. And people, like, and you have heroes versus villains. There's not going to be too many people that play Blast or Strike compared to those other game modes. And if you add this one in, it's just going to be an extra small game mode. You're not going to have any heroes. It's going to be like a fun, goofy playlist. Some people will play it, but if they don't offer double credits for that playlist, it will die off in like a week or two. So all these channels are like, oh my god, we're getting new content. And they're too blind to the fact that they're just giving us this to hopefully buy them enough time to squeeze out DLC in like another month. I guarantee you they're going to have that progression system drop with the next DLC. Sometime probably in March.
Well, let me say
So
two
we're not going to
things
get much of anything in February.
about the jetpack cargo. One, as far as the other YouTubers, I can't knock on them too much because, to be quite honest, how negative can they be? One thing about us is we can be as negative as we want because EA
No, we don't give a
hates
shit.
us. So, but they're in
We'll
some
say it
sort
like
of
it is.
partnerships to an extent. So, I mean, they have to be somewhat excited because, you know, I understand that to an extent. That being said, they're still too excited because there should be at least some negativity around this news. The second thing I want to say about Jetpack Cargo is even if it's an amazingly fun game mode and everybody loves it and everybody's playing it, it's only available for a limited time? What the hell does that mean? Why would they get rid of a mode in a game? That doesn't even make sense.
Well,
Why?
It's more like a hype thing. Like, I don't know.
BS.
Because they don't want to add a game
do
mode
that?
permanently unless they know it does well. Like, this is like a test on their part. If nobody likes it, they're not going to add it because it adds more game modes and that divides the player base even more. But if people like it, then they'll consider adding it. So I kind of get that.
I think it's pretty lame. I mean, or
I just don't like how this is a placeholder for DLC. If they want to bring this game alive, they need to release 2 heroes every other month with multiple patches. What, they do patches every 2 weeks? So 2 times a month there's a patch. Every other month there needs to be 2 new heroes. Otherwise, this game's going to slowly rot. Like,
I remember,
I was hoping the progression system would be changed by next week's patch. And I was saving my credits. But when I heard this announcement, I'm like, I might as well just waste through all my credits. Because this progression system's crap, and I'm going to take a break from Battlefront. There's like Monster Hunter and Dragon Ball Z and all these other games coming out. So I'm just, like, I'll make videos still, but I'm going to have to just take a break from this in my private time. Because I just can't take it anymore.
well, and the new season is just so... It's such a dumb way to do it. It's basically said a new season's coming soon. That's not news. You already, for one, said that. And the only way a new season isn't coming soon is if you've completely given up and just trashed this game. Otherwise, a new season has to be coming soon. And considering you put so much into this, I would imagine you're not completely giving up. I hope. Although for a while we were speculating maybe they had. Because again, they didn't say anything. Anyway, but saying a new season is coming soon, I think you're right. I doubt that anything's coming. But the earliest would be March. Earliest is March. Possibly even later. Because you're right, they're probably not going to come out with a new season without the progression system fixed. I can't see why they would do that. So that's probably it. It's a freaking frustrating.
I'd like to say that I hope they prove me wrong, but they've yet to prove me wrong on anything. So I don't think they're going to prove me wrong.
I guess we thought that might be happening. I guess that was. That's low standards.
I guess.
I mean, they didn't
our standards
throw
is
the
don't
game
give up
in the
on the
trash.
game. But like, here's what I would do if I was them: to make it bring life back into this game until there's DLC. Fucking lower the price of the purples, or give us more credits. Maybe after, if your team wins, you get 25 crafting parts. Bam, you have incentive to play the objective and win now. 20, that'll add up over time.
The purple cards cost so much anymore.
I don't
know.
know.
What are they getting out of this?
I don't know, because people aren't spending money. People are losing interest in this game, so I don't know why the purples cost so much. People have told me, Swany, why don't you just settle for the blues? Normally, yes, but I make these for YouTube videos. I need to show people if it's worth the grind to get these purples, so I have to get purples, and that's why I don't settle for blues. So I can't imagine how long it's taking someone. Yeah, if you're not me, don't get purples. just settle for blues until they fix this stupid system. Because you only see a point something difference anyway. Here, I'll look at Lando. Oh, I don't
very rare. Yeah, pick the only character you don't have purples for.
Well, difference for Palpatine. This one, it goes from 25 to 30%, so it's a 5% difference for 480 crafting parts.
Yeah, not to mention all the crafting parts you need to get to the level high enough
to get to that point. Yeah, so I would make the purples cost less, give crafting parts if you win. That's all you really need to do, honestly, and that would get people to continue playing, and that'd get me to continue playing. What else do they need to do? Like I said, 2 heroes every month, or every other month, I mean. They don't even need to add maps. I think they're probably going to do what they did in the first game and then release, like, heroes along with, like, 3 or 4 maps or whatever. If they did it every other month, that would be enough content, and it would keep people playing long enough. Because you can't tell me it takes that long to make 2 damn heroes. Look at all the mods that have come out.
You give me a hero, a villain, and a map. That's good.
Yeah,
good deal.
One hero.
Every once in a while, it'd be nice if they added to Starfighter and stuff. But frankly, for how bad Starfighter stats are, I can understand if they don't go that route.
Just make one big map and then cut that map into pieces for the smaller game modes. Ta-da!
Bing. That's it.
And then
I know they've
for
been
the
working
seasons,
on Grievous for God knows how long. I know they have to have made progress unless they totally
for the
threw
seasons,
that away.
they need to make it so you get either double credits or double crafting parts or something. Because the seasons right now suck ball sack. Like if you play, I don't know. Like right now, some of the challenges are broken because you get crystals. Those are useless. You might as well just give me nothing. Congratulations, here's your reward.
Sorry.
I don't know.
I just
Crystals?
randomly have to like get angry every couple minutes because it's such. Those are easy fixes. You could throw a couple decent people off the street who understand video game making in any form, and they could do that. That's just so.
The daily credits right now, strike back, play 3 rounds of strike, 1,000 credits. That should at least be 2,000 credits or a crate. 2,200. You should get a hero crate from doing the daily challenge. Like, the challenges are underwhelming. So the next season should have like where they had Blast Day. Blast Day should have double XP or double credits or something. They need to. It's simple stuff.
So freaking slow. It like takes them 3 weeks to respond to like for instance, the Last Jedi challenges are like they need to be more well timed. They're like 35 days long. Like you got it. Now they're only 1 day. Good job. Unfortunately, that took you 3 freaking weeks, and by now we have 10,000 new problems with the game, because the problem is, like today's was, I think, one of them was kill 10 troopers. Are you
I
serious?
don't even look at the daily challenges anymore.
Kill 10 troopers?
That was it. Oh, no. Look, here's today.
What?
1 day remaining. Defeat a specialist unit. 1,000 credits.
God, that's not even a kill. I think you could get one with an assist.
Kill 1 sniper. That is the daily challenge. Who comes up with this stuff?
Come up with 3. Like, have one that's really easy like that, I guess, but give the people who actually play this game a decent
I love how we're both ranting.
challenge.
We're both pissed off. I'm just so
pissed
fed up with
off.
this.
I keep making, like, almost barf noises. Like, this is just so asinine by this point in time that I don't know what to say.
Yes, the game's been out since the middle of November. It's the end of January, and we've seen little to no fixes to simple stuff. Make purples cheaper, get rid of crystals, give you more credits for challenges, give you something if you win. All stuff that could be fixed, bam, bam, bam. They could go on the computer, do, change the numbers, fixed instantly. They could have it patched out tomorrow. Like, you can't... They have a whole team of highly skilled developers with degrees. And you have these modders that go out and, in their spare time, make these new costumes for these heroes. And they change blasters, and they added freaking Starfighter Assault to arcade mode. They've done all kinds of stuff. Just one person did all this by themselves. You can't tell me that a whole team of developers, I guarantee you they already have the next DLC done. They're just waiting because they want to time it out. If they don't have it done, they must sit around the office with their finger up their ass or something.
And two, like, a lot of people call us negative, and they're going to definitely call us negative after this. But if we go back in our time machine, back to November when this game first came out, we fucking loved this game, and we defended it like crazy against everybody who was going nuts about the progression system, or not the progression system, but the microtransactions, because even though it was stupid and greedy and everything, it was just such a great game. Even so, we were still trying to defend it. It was just one thing that needed to be fixed and all this stuff. We're not horribly negative about this game. We are now. It's not like we have to be, is my point. It's just... There was a time when we weren't this negative about
They haven't
this.
given us any reason not to be negative. It's been out for 3 months, and they haven't done anything. At all. They've had, like, 2 patches. Palpatine's broken now. They didn't fix Phasma. They nerfed Boba Fett to hell. Easy fixes. Yet to see any fixes. And then we got news about how we're going to see fixes in March. So now we just sit around and wait. Just keep on grinding till March.
I guess they want us to play something else. And Monster Hunter comes
I can
out,
easily
Far
do
Cry in
that.
February, Red Dead in March.
It's a good time to plug our second channel, because that's where we're going to put all that other games. Is on the second channel.
There is another channel coming.
We have in private match. That's a whole different...
Oh, I forgot about how stupid that was.
Yeah, that's something they could do to make us pass the
versus
time.
villains
How about
is
instead of a new
broken, too.
game mode, why don't they just give us private match? That'll keep us busy until then. We could make 50 different types of new videos if they added private match.
Man, Arcade's not even fixed. They still haven't given us the maps in Arcade that they were supposed to. The other thing that, by the way, the
they haven't done
modders
that?
figured out how to do. I don't think they did. Did they?
I don't know.
Maybe they did.
Arcade's stupid, so I don't play it. Well, I'm bored. I'm gonna hop in and play the AI that's dumb as a rock in
I'll
Arcade
check
on
right
Battlefront.
now to see if they actually fixed that. Make sure I don't sound like an idiot.
You know, I don't. Why private match wasn't in this game at launch baffles me, because I mean everyone
they didn't fix
complained and
that.
complained and complained. All right, see, everybody wanted it for the first Battlefront, and then they added it like a year later, and then they just think we didn't want it for this one. I don't know.
What?
There's only so many more podcasts we can do about us ranting because they haven't fixed anything.
Oh no,
There's
there's
every 2 weeks or so
we could do about us ranting because there's never.
Every 2 weeks, we're just like,
Never
guess what?
ends.
They haven't fixed anything we complained about 2 weeks ago.
They haven't fixed anything we complained about before the game came out, man.
Yeah.
We have complaints from October that still are waiting to be seen. So sad.
Well, we both got ranty in this one. But,
Yeah, we did.
I mean, I don't see any reason not to be. I don't know why everybody else is so optimistic. I guess they're holding on to what sliver of hope they have. They're like, oh, maybe they're just so let down by this game that them doing anything at all, it looks like it's greatness.
Oh yeah, our standards are low. I mean, we are.
I guess the
scraping
community
bottom.
standards are low. Like, oh boy, they added a new tree to Kashyyyk. Ooh, new content.
Yeah.
Like,
Aiden's a really bad hero starfighter, by the way. Just to throw something else
is
out
she?
there.
That's
She's
nice.
just a TIE fighter with...
All right, well, we're going on for a while. If you guys made it this far, thanks for making it this far. If you guys like our podcast, you should give it a thumbs up. What are your opinions on this crappy progression system, and how should they fix it? I say what's your
literally
opinion
a
on the
TIE
crappy
fighter with
progressions?
black leader added to it. Nothing else is different.
We're still ranting about that. Oh, I want to read a comment on our last video. Give me a second. I want to read this for everybody. This is how stupid this person is. They said, the progression system is good. If they make it worse thanks to the bandwagoning complainers, I will stop playing this game. Big dislike for your video.
If they make it
Oh,
worse.
Jesus.
Boy, that guy. He thought we didn't have lives. If you want this progression system to last that long. We get made fun of for not
Yeah.
having lives. He
Anyway.
wants to play this game till he's 80.
Yes, thank you guys for watching this long. Give it a thumbs up if you made it this far. Let us know your opinions. If you guys want to help keep supporting the channel, donate through Patreon or become a sponsor today. Every donation helps out a ton, and I mean, the more you guys donate, the more videos we can make.
Sorry, we're so sad.
That does it for our rant. I don't know. Goodbye.
Your defeat is inevitable.
I warn you not to underestimate my powers.
Do not throw away your potential.
Don't force me to kill you!